I used to think I had it all figured out. Decent job, loyal wife, quiet life. Nothing fancy, just solid. But looking back, it's crazy how easy it is to miss the cracks while you're standing in the middle of what you think is stable ground. My name's Ray. I'm 39 years old, and I live in Newton Falls, Ohio. Small town, good folks, not much changes unless someone dies or gets caught cheating. I've been married to Denise for 8 years. We were the kind of couple people pointed to and said, they've got it good. I worked as a manager at the local Chevy dealership, and she stayed home. Cooked, cleaned, kept the place spotless. We didn't have kids, her choice mostly, but it worked. We had our rhythm. We went to church on Sundays, cookouts with neighbors, birthdays at Applebee's. Everyone knew everyone. Life was predictable, comfortable, and I liked it that way. A few months before it all went to hell, our mutual friend Tim started working for me. He'd just gone through a nasty divorce. His wife had left him for some fitness trainer she met online. I felt bad for the guy. Hired him as a floor rep at the dealership. Figured he needed a break. Denise was happy to see him more often. She always liked him. Said he was funny, had a good heart. She'd laugh at his dumb jokes when he came by the house to grab paperwork or talk cars with me. But I remember she'd always ask, "Hey, how's Tim doing? He seems better lately." And I'd just say, "He's doing fine," without thinking much of it. Quick note, before we get further in, tell us which country you're watching from. He started coming around more than usual. Sometimes I'd come home and find him sitting on the porch, talking to Denise like it was nothing. Said he stopped by to drop something off or ask a quick question. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, we'd known each other since high school. The three of us had been close for years. Looking back, though, there were signs, small things, like how she'd perk up when she heard his truck, or how he started wearing cologne to work. Once, I caught them laughing in the kitchen and she didn't even notice I'd walked in. I brushed it off. I trusted her. Trusted both of them. Hell, Tim was like a brother to me. But everything that seems solid can break without warning. And when it does, it doesn't crack, it shatters. It was a Thursday, late morning. I just closed a deal with a couple from out of town looking for a used Tahoe. Smooth sail, in and out. I had nothing else lined up till 2, so I figured I'd surprise Denise with lunch. Thought I'd swing by Subway, grab her usual and catch her off guard in a good way for once. I turned onto our street and saw a familiar truck parked 2 houses down. Tim's. That old rust-dusted Ford with the cracked side mirror he never fixed. I slowed a little. Thought, maybe he stopped by to grab those documents I mentioned. Or maybe he and Denise were just chatting. She always said he was easy to talk to. Still, something felt off. I parked out front and left the sandwiches in the car. Didn't slam the door. Walked around back. Came in through the side door like I always did when I didn't want to track dirt on the carpet. No reason to announce myself. I wanted the moment to feel casual, real. Like we still had that kind of marriage where dropping in wasn't weird. But the second I stepped into the kitchen, I knew something was wrong. It was quiet, too quiet. No TV, no music, no sound of dishes or her voice on the phone. Then I heard it. Upstairs. The kind of noise that makes your spine lock up and your stomach flip. Muffled moaning. Sharp breathing. A creak of the bed frame I'd put together with my own hands. I froze. My throat went dry. Heart pounding like a jackhammer. I wanted to be wrong. I needed to be wrong. But I wasn't. I moved slow. Quiet. Every step up the stairs felt like walking into a burning building. The air felt hotter. My fists clenched without thinking. Halfway up, I already knew. I reached the bedroom door. It was cracked open just enough. Pushed it. And there they were. Denise, straddling Tim. Both of them so wrapped up in it they didn't even see me. Her hair a mess, nails digging into his back. His hands on her like she was his. My wife. My whole body went cold. Time didn't slow down like they say it does. It sped up. My vision tunneled. Everything felt like a punch to the face before I'd even moved. I stood there for maybe 5 seconds. They didn't notice. Then Denise looked up. Her eyes locked on mine. She gasped. "Ray!" she screamed, scrambling off the bed like it would undo what I'd seen. "Wait!" Tim rolled away, grabbed for his jeans on the floor like a coward caught stealing. "What the hell are you doing?" I said, my voice low, shaking. No one answered. Denise pulled the sheet up like modesty mattered now. Tim froze halfway into his pants. "I thought," she started. I stepped into the room. "You thought I wouldn't find out? You thought this was what? Lunch." She started crying, babbling something about it being a mistake, that it didn't mean anything. Tim wouldn't look at me, just stood there, shirtless and guilty, like a scared little boy. "You're in my house," I said to him, pointing. "My bed. And you can't even look me in the eye." He opened his mouth like he was about to say something, but I wasn't in the mood to hear a damn word from him. I charged him. No thinking, no warning, just pure rage. My fist hit the side of his face so hard it knocked him into the nightstand. Lamp crashed to the floor. Bulb burst. He shouted something, stumbled, tried to duck, but I was already on him again, grabbing, swinging, driving every punch straight from the pit of my chest. Denise was screaming behind me, yelling my name like she thought she still had a right to say it. "Ray, stop. Please, stop." But I couldn't. Tim covered his head, tripped backward into the dresser. The drawer flew open, underwear spilling out. I grabbed the front of his jeans and threw him toward the door. He slammed into the wall and slid down, bleeding from his eyebrow. "Get up," I barked. "You want to be a man in my house? Be a man now." He scrambled like a scared animal, crawling across the carpet, grabbing his shirt and phone off the floor. Denise tried to pull at my arm. "Please just stop. You're going to kill him." I yanked away. "Move." Tim made it to his feet and bolted down the hallway in just his jeans, still fumbling with his belt. I followed him. He missed the stairs and slammed into the wall again before catching himself and stumbling down. I didn't care if he broke his damn neck on the way out. He hit the bottom floor, snatched his boots by the door, and wrenched it open. I was right behind him, shoving the screen door wide and stepping onto the porch like I was still chasing war. "You come near this house again, I'll finish what I started." I yelled after him as he sprinted down the driveway. He didn't turn around, just ran barefoot to his truck, bloody shirt clutched in his hand, started it like his life depended on it. He peeled off, tires squealing, tailgate rattling. I stood there in nothing but a t-shirt and jeans, chest heaving, fists shaking. The whole neighborhood probably heard it. Maybe they saw. I didn't care. Let them see what betrayal looks like in daylight. I turned around and walked back inside. Denise stood at the top of the stairs, wrapped in a blanket, tears streaking her face, lip trembling like she was the one who'd been hurt. She opened her mouth. I held up my hand. "Don't. Just don't." She came down a couple steps, eyes wide. "Ray, I didn't mean for this to happen." I looked her dead in the face, voice flat, dead cold. "We're done." She gasped like I'd punched her now. I walked past her, down the hallway, into the guest room, slammed the door. That was the last time I looked at her like she was my wife. I didn't sleep that first night, just laid on the twin mattress in the guest room, staring at the ceiling, listening to the clock tick and Denise cry herself out in the next room. I didn't care. I'd made my decision. I wasn't going back on it. Every morning after that was the same. I'd get up, shower, dress, and leave without a word. Didn't look at her. Didn't eat breakfast. Just grabbed my keys and walked out the door. At work, I buried myself in numbers, schedules, repairs, anything to keep my mind off the house. Off her. Off him. The guys at the dealership didn't say much. They must have heard something, but no one asked. Maybe they were scared to. I came home late on purpose. Walked straight to the den, cracked a beer, put on the game, didn't say a damn thing. She'd be in the kitchen or sitting on the stairs watching me. "Ray, can we talk?" I didn't answer. Not once. A few times she tried to sit near me, like just being close could fix it. "I know you hate me. I deserve it. But we can't just live like this." Yes, we could. I stayed in that guest room like it was a bunker. No eye contact. No talking. No anything. By the fourth day, I'd had enough. I called a lawyer. Told them straight up, I wanted it over with. No counseling. No mediation. No drawn-out drama. Just get it done. They took my info, set the paperwork in motion. Said it'd move faster since we didn't have kids. I said good. I never saw Tim again. Word around town was he quit the dealership the next morning and left Newton Falls before the weekend hit. Didn't even come back for his last check. Didn't call. Didn't apologize. Nothing. Coward. Denise kept trying, like talking was going to soften something in me. Like there was still a piece of the man she used to know under all the anger. Some nights, I'd come home and hear her crying through the bathroom door. Other times, she'd leave a plate of food on the table for me, like old times. I never touched it. She'd knock on the guest room door. I miss you. Can't we just talk? Please, Ray. Say something. I didn't. I was numb. I wasn't angry anymore. Not in the yelling kind of way. It was worse. Cold. Quiet. Like something inside me had just shut off and wasn't planning to turn back on. She'd walk past me and try to catch my eye. I'd just keep looking at the TV or pretend to scroll my phone. She cried every day. Big, loud sobs sometimes. Other days it was just this quiet weeping from behind a door. Like she didn't want me to hear. But she did. I stopped noticing. Stopped caring. That house got heavy real fast. Every corner had a memory I wanted to rip out of the walls. But I stayed. Because it was mine. The lawyer didn't waste time. She was a sharp, no-nonsense type from Youngstown. First call, I told her I wanted a clean break. Fast, clean, final. I'll give her a settlement. Just don't want alimony dragging this out, I said. She raised an eyebrow. You sure about that? Dead sure. I wasn't paying her to guess how I felt. I wanted this over, not half done and stretched across 2 years of bitterness. I didn't need revenge. I needed distance. Denise didn't fight it. She signed the papers. Didn't even try to talk about it. I think she knew, hell, maybe she wanted out too. The house was the only sticking point. That got messy. I'd bought it before we got married, but she'd put money into the reno. The new kitchen, the hardwood floors, half the damn furniture. Her lawyer tried to play hardball. Said she deserved half. My lawyer pushed back. Hard. In the end, we settled. I kept the house. She got more cash than I wanted to give, but not enough to make me flinch. The silence after the agreement hit different. No more tension. No more begging. No more eyes following me down the hallway. Just quiet acceptance. She started packing that weekend. I didn't offer to help. Just sat in the den while she moved around like a ghost upstairs. Watching her walk in and out with boxes felt surreal. I'd shared a bed with this woman. Laughed with her. Planned our future. Now she looked like a tenant being evicted. She wrapped her wedding dress in plastic and shoved it into the back of her car like it was trash. Didn't say a word. I caught her one morning, standing in the bedroom, just staring at the closet, like she couldn't remember why she walked in. I leaned on the doorframe. You need help carrying anything? She turned, surprised I spoke. No, she said. Her voice cracked. Almost done. I nodded. Walked away. The night before she left a box on the kitchen table. Inside were old cards I'd written, a couple framed photos, and my watch I thought I'd lost 3 years ago. No note. Just the past in a box. I didn't open it until after she was gone. She pulled out of the driveway in a loaded-up Nissan, windows down, hair tied back, no makeup. I watched from the porch. No wave, no goodbye. Just gone. I went back inside, sat down at the kitchen table, stared at the dent in the wall we made once when we tried to move the fridge together. I still loved the idea of her. The version of Denise I thought I had. The one who used to dance barefoot on the deck when it rained. The one who smiled like we were the only 2 people on Earth. But that version wasn't real. Or maybe she used to be and something broke. Either way, she was gone. And I wasn't chasing her. After she left, I sat at that kitchen table for an hour, just staring at nothing. The box was still there. I pushed it aside. Didn't want to touch any of it. But it didn't matter. I saw it all anyway. Her face when I walked into that bedroom. Tim's voice, low, smug, familiar. The sounds I'll never forget. That bed I used to feel safe in turned into a place I couldn't even look at. I tried once. Walked up to the room, opened the door, and just stood there. My stomach turned. Couldn't breathe right. The smell of her perfume still clung to the air like it was mocking me. I turned around and slept on the couch that night. Then the next night. And the one after that. 2 months went by and I was still on that damn couch. Neck all screwed up, back stiff every morning. But at least I could close my eyes without seeing them together. I threw myself into work, took extra shifts, covered for guys who had dentist appointments or wanted 3-day weekends. Didn't care what the reason was. I just wanted to stay busy. I'd be at the dealership from open to close some days. Boss didn't say a word. He knew. Everyone knew. Customers would ask how Denise was, out of habit, and I'd give them a look that shut the question down real fast. A couple of the guys tried to check in. "You holding up okay, man? You need anything? Just let me know." I gave them a nod. That's it. It wasn't about pride. I just didn't trust anybody anymore. Even the people I'd known for years. Suddenly their smiles felt fake. Their words hollow. I couldn't stand small talk. Couldn't stand being asked about the Browns or weather or weekend plans. I didn't have plans. I didn't want any. It was like the world kept spinning and I'd been thrown off the ride. I'd sit in traffic, hear a song we used to play in the car, and suddenly I'd see her again. Bare feet on the dash, laughing like she hadn't already broken everything. Didn't matter where I went or what I did. She followed me. Not in the physical way. In the kind that messes with your head and makes it feel like healing's a lie. Friends invited me out. "Come grab a beer, man. Get out of that house." I said no every time. Didn't have the energy to pretend I gave a damn about anything they'd talk about. I'd go home, crack open a beer alone, sit in the dark watching old reruns of shows I didn't even like. I was different. That's the part no one tells you. You don't just get hurt, you change. Something gets torn out of you and you don't get it back. I wasn't soft before, but I used to believe in people. Now, I saw everyone as a potential liar, a future problem, another Tim just waiting to show up smiling and friendly before screwing you over. I wasn't the same man anymore, and maybe I never would be again. One morning I woke up on the couch, same as always, and just snapped. I looked around at the living room, at all the crap that still screamed her. The rug she picked out, the throw pillows she bought on sale, photos on the shelves with our fake-ass smiles. I stood up, grabbed a trash bag, and started clearing it all. Didn't think. Just moved. By noon, the photos were gone. I stripped the living room down to bare walls and silence. Then I went upstairs and finally opened that damn bedroom door. I didn't even hesitate. Tore the sheets off the bed. Pulled the mattress off the frame. Dragged it down the stairs and out to the curb like it was infested. Ripped every drawer out of the dresser. Dumped them upside down. Felt good. Loud. Final. Next weekend I hit the paint store. Picked the darkest navy I could find and redid the bedroom walls myself. Swapped the bed for something brand new. Mattress, frame, sheets, everything. The old furniture went straight to Goodwill. No one else was gonna cleanse that room but me. I worked my way through the whole house, room by room. New curtains, new couch, different lamps. I changed whatever she'd touched. Reclaimed it. The hardest part was the phone. Took me a while, but I finally deleted the text thread. All of it. Years of messages, gone in one swipe. Then I blocked her. Socials, email, even her mom's number, just in case she ever tried to come through the back door. That felt heavier than dragging out a mattress, but it had to happen. I needed to stop giving the past a seat at the table. Friends noticed. "You're finally moving forward," one said. "You should let us set you up," said another. I shut that down quick. Not interested. Come on, just dinner. No, I wasn't being bitter. I just didn't care anymore. Not about dating. Not about romance. Not about pretending to be someone's answer when I was still figuring out what the hell I even was now. I wasn't lonely, not really. I had peace which felt brand new to me. But I was done being open. Done giving people keys they hadn't earned. It was a quiet Sunday. I had the paper spread out on the kitchen table, coffee brewing slow in the corner. Window cracked open, breeze rolling through. Peaceful. The kind of peace I had to bleed for. Then came the knock. 3 soft taps, almost polite. I figured it was a neighbor or someone selling something. Walked to the door with half a cup of coffee in my hand and opened it without thinking. And there she was, Denise. I hadn't seen her in a year, not even in passing. She looked smaller, like life had taken some weight out of her. Hair pulled back, hoodie too big on her, no makeup. Her eyes were puffy, like she hadn't slept. "Hey," she said. I didn't answer. "Can I come in?" she asked. Voice low, like she already knew the answer. I stepped forward just enough to block the doorway. Didn't move aside. She glanced down, then back up. "I'm not here to cause drama. I've been thinking about this for a long time." I didn't say a word. "I know I don't have a right to ask you for anything," she said, wringing her hands. "But I've spent every day since regretting what I did. Every single day." I stayed quiet, let her talk. "I thought I was lost back then, and I thought Tim was helping me find something I was missing. But he wasn't. He just filled a space I should have brought to you." I shook my head once. Sharp, final. "You made your choice." "I know. I did. And I don't expect you to forget it. I wouldn't if I were you." She took a shaky breath. "But I never stopped loving you." That one hit different. Not because I believed her, but because I remembered what it used to feel like to hear it. "I think about our life," she went on. "The house, the way you used to look at me. I miss it. I miss you." I tightened my grip on the doorframe. She leaned in a little. "I'm not asking for marriage or even to move back in. I just want a chance. To talk sometimes. To be around. Something." I stared at her. She looked desperate, but not fake. She meant it. I could see that much. And I didn't care. "You can't come in," I said. Calm. Not angry. Just done. Her face dropped. Tears welled up fast. She nodded slowly. "Okay." Her voice cracked. "Okay. I stepped back and started closing the door. She backed away down the porch, sniffling. "I'm sorry, Ray. I really am." I didn't respond. Just shut the door. Locked it. Turned back to the smell of fresh coffee and a house that no longer felt haunted. She didn't leave right away. Even after I closed the door, she stayed on the other side. I heard her shift her feet, maybe step off the porch, then back up again. Another knock. This time I opened it slow. She was crying now. Quiet tears, nothing loud or showy. Just real. Red eyes, shaking shoulders, hands gripping the sleeves of her sweatshirt like she was holding herself together. "I know I'm the last person you want to see," she said, her voice raw. "And I know I ruined everything. But please, just let me say what I came here to say." I leaned against the doorframe, said nothing. She took that as permission. "I don't sleep through the night anymore. I wake up thinking I'm still in that house, next to you, and then I remember I'm not. I remember why." She paused, swallowing hard. "I thought time would help, that I could move on or fix myself or figure out why I did what I did. But none of it matters without you. It all just hurts." Still, I didn't speak, just listened. "I'm not here to beg for a second chance at marriage. I'm not that delusional. I know I killed that, but I've spent a year thinking about the look in your eyes that day. I see it every time I look in a mirror." She looked up at me, eyes wide with desperation. "I'm asking for something. Anything. Call once in a while. A lunch. Just space in your life. Even just friendship." I let the silence hang. Let her feel it. Let myself feel it. And then I said it. "No. Just that. Clean. Simple. Final." She flinched like it physically hit her. "I'm sorry, Denise. I really am. I believe you're sorry. But I don't have anything left to give you." She wiped her face with her sleeve, still nodding, like she'd already expected it but needed to hear it anyway. "I don't hate you," I said. "Not anymore. But I don't trust you. I don't want you in my life. Not even a little." She tried to steady her breathing, but it came out choppy. "You meant everything to me, Ray, even if I didn't act like it." "Yeah," I said. "And I meant everything to you, until the moment I didn't." Her mouth opened like she had more to say, but nothing came out. "I need you to go," I told her. "And I need you to never come back here again." She nodded, eyes full of water, but she didn't argue. "Okay," she whispered. "I get it." Then she turned and walked down the steps. Didn't look back. I closed the door slowly, locked it, not out of fear, just finality. I stood there a minute, hands still on the knob, listening to the sound of her car pulling away. Then I exhaled, and it was done. I stood at that door for a long time after she drove off. Didn't move, didn't think, just stood there in the quiet. The kind of quiet that feels earned. But over the next few days, the questions crept in. Was I too cold? Too final? Should I have let her in just to talk? Every time I asked myself that, I ended up back in the same place. Seeing her in our bed with someone I trusted. Hearing it. Feeling that snap in my chest that changed everything. She didn't just betray me. She broke something in me I didn't even know could break. The man she married, the one who believed in forever, who smiled easy, who came home happy to the same face every day, he was gone. She killed him, and I couldn't bring him back even if I wanted to. I wasn't angry anymore. That part had burned out. It left something colder. Not hateful, just done. I didn't feel heavy like I did before. I didn't feel lost. I wasn't replaying it all over and over anymore. What I felt was peace. Not the joyful kind. The kind that sits in your chest like a quiet roommate. The kind that doesn't cheer but doesn't argue either. Came with a little sadness, yeah. But it was clean. Honest. Some things just don't come back once they're broken. Doesn't matter how sorry someone is or how much time goes by. The damage stays. And that Sunday on the porch, that was the real ending. Not the shouting. Not the fight. Not the packing or the divorce papers. It was her standing there, small and sorry, and me choosing not to open that door again. Not out of pride. Not out of punishment. Just because it needed to stay closed. Do you think Ray made the right call shutting that door for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. And if this story hit you, like and subscribe for more.